Hi, we are OCPI and we are at the Patterson House in Winchester, California, and we're here to do some paranormal investigating.
In the quiet community of Winchester, California, the Patterson House is a modest yet enigmatic relic of the late 19th century. Built in the 1880s, this farmhouse originally belonged to the Patterson family, early settlers who sought to carve out a life in the rugged terrain of Southern California. The family endured a series of hardships, including crop failures, economic downturns, and the untimely death in the household. Over the years, legends have claimed the Patterson House is a hotspot for paranormal activities. Visitors and former residents report unexplained footsteps echoing through the halls, disembodied whispers, and sudden cold drafts in otherwise warm rooms. The young ghost of a young woman believed to be a member of the Patterson family who died tragically has been seen gazing out the upstairs window. Flickering lights and objects moving on their own further deepen the mystery. Paranormal investigators who have visited the site describe it as a very active location, with many believing the spirits linger due to unresolved tragedies. The Patterson House continues to captivate thrill seekers and skeptics alike.
Welcome to the Patterson House, built in 1891 by John and his son Clarence Patterson. Come on in.
Oh, thank you.
This has been donated by different people. Some of it actually belonged to the...
We were only 3 minutes into our tour, and we were already having unexplained audio issues.
There's a painting completely painted by Timma as a teenager, but everything else has just kind of been donated in this room.
Oh, very cool. Okay.
Including the 1891 Etsy organ, which I love.
All right.
Okay, we will move into that room next.
Hey, Josh, you think you can play that organ?
I think I can try to pump it out.
Yeah? Okay. All right. We're going to have to get him on there.
I just want a recording of it.
Yeah, there you go.
See if the Patterson
The dining room was donated to us by a lady. The china is jewel tea autumn leaf pattern. When jewel tea came around, he would sell you products and then he would you could buy them or he would donate them. The picture on the wall is Maria. That's the mother. Right in here behind you was the office area. The desk literally came out of our little store here in town, and that is a picture of Tilla Patterson. Also on that is a early typewriter. You would type one key at a time. Behind where he is the sewing room, and that is Tilla Patterson's sewing machine in there. Explained that if you wanted to iron your clothes back in that era, you got a good weightlifting experience. This will give you some exercise. You can try it out later if you want to see.
Let's see. Oh my God, this is super heavy.
On the table down at the end, young ladies, you can find the curling iron of the day. Again, you would heat it on the stove, and then you would pray you didn't singe your hair.
Is that a can of duster? That's not original 1800s, right, duster?
Well, that was her recreational.
Oh, it's recreational use.
That was for the typewriter.
We gotta throw in a couple jokes here.
What were we talking about?
We were joking about the cleaner on the table. I said, was that original issue? 1800s
Yeah,
cleaner?
we'd have to clean the china because the dust comes in.
Yeah. So what paranormal things have happened in either this room or where the piano? Do you have any ghost stories for us?
You mentioned she's very sensitive about the music.
Yeah.
Yeah, the music was one, or when the gentleman was playing the music, the meters went off to the top.
Okay.
And when the women played it, it died.
Okay, so we should definitely get him on the piano and try music experiment.
Yeah, on the organ. The piano is out of tune so bad, nobody can play.
We've done that before.
No, the piano you can't press the keys down.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
You can tap dance on it.
That piano has been known to play a little bit. I don't know how, but it has. Recently, we had somebody from the the election board in here. She came in with hoop earrings on, big hoops. They were sticking out that way.
Oh.
Wow. So electromagnetically, something was happening in the room where the energy had shifted.
You
It's
will get
affecting the
touched.
actual-
You will get touched in this area. Especially blondes get touched.
Oh, that's you. So that's good. So
Paranoid and normal.
we can get touched, and well, she's the only blonde. Okay, so what else has happened? That's
Well, this is the room that the two young ladies decided to say to John, how's it feel to have two strong women in your house? John took quite an offense to it. He came up straight up through the table, looked at him and said, please get out of my house, you're not wanted here. And you gotta
Spirit.
remember,
His spirit.
You gotta remember in 1891, who's the boss?
men. Yeah.
Yeah, women had no say-so except to take care of the men.
What is this photo, Greg?
That photo was taken with a throwaway camera.
And is this spectral photography?
It's a throwaway camera. You took the pictures, you shipped them in,
Yes, yeah.
and when it came back,
Disposable
this is what
camera.
you had.
But this is not, are these apparitions?
Well, look at that face here, the teeth, the eyes, the whole 9 yards, and then another apparition there.
That's
So
really
they are-
interesting.
so they are active, they are engaged, they are in.
Most of the time. I cannot guarantee it. I have had paranormal tours in here that when they walked out, absolutely nothing had happened. Or after they'd been here for 2 or 3 hours, all of a sudden there was activity. You never know.
All right.
Well, thank you for letting us in here, and we
You're welcome anytime.
We definitely will respect your
Yeah.
home and the history of this.
Yeah. Let's go
This
to the.
was the
Let's go to
kitchen.
the next space.
And I think what's so fascinating about this is so many of the Victorian era homes that we've gone and visited have been owned by members of the higher class. You know, they had servants. They had, I mean, their houses are different, but what we're seeing right now are people that really had to survive every day off of the land using any implement they could find.
They had chickens till I had a cow. There were always animals that for eating purpose, rabbit. If you open that cupboard right there, you will see Grandma's recipe for graham muffins.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Oh, that's incredible.
This stove was at 1929. You used white gas or kerosene. If you pumped it up too high, goodbye eyebrows, goodbye hair. This cupboard came with the stove. Originally, there's a pass-through cupboard here. You would have a doors on this side, and on the other side would be doors, and you would put your cooked dishes in and pick them up on the other side.
Wow.
Very cool.
Are we ready to go upstairs?
Yeah.
I lived in Winchester since '79. I've been living in the house probably since about 2000.
Wow. Wow. So you have a very personal relationship with this place.
Yeah, because frankly and honestly, I had to fight off the vandals. Kids, high school kids said, we know it's haunted. We're going to go in that house no matter what we do. And so they had literally cut holes in the fence to get in. One of the things they stole, and I hope they never used it, it was an old elixir bottle from the late 1800s. It contained arsenic and strychnine.
Well, kids eat Tide Pods now, so it's entirely possible they drink.
Well, it would have killed them.
Yeah, they'd be done. They would be done.
This was the guest room. Tilla Patterson took care of her uncle Jacob for many years. We have his headboard and footboard of his bed there. And this rocking chair used to be downstairs. It has been known to rock by itself. It has also been known to throw a backpack halfway across the room. We had a paranormal group in here. They put the backpack on it. They walked into the dining room, and all of a sudden they hear a thud. And that backpack is in the middle of the room. Somebody didn't want him sitting anything on his
You got a
chair.
backpack. Let me see your backpack.
Yeah, you got a backpack.
Yeah.
Let's just put you on the chair.
Yeah, we'll just try.
I'll just chill out on the chair and see what happens.
Now, the uncle passed away. Tilla sued the family, trying to get funds to start taking care of him, and she lost the case. So there is, I believe, still the animosity between the two of them, that because this man is not always nice.
And he resides in this room. This is his room.
It was a guest room he resided
Seems
in.
like he's attached to something.
A lot
in
of
there.
people that
Reviewing footage, you can clearly see an orb coming out from Jacob's room as we talk about him.
people down the stairs.
Oh, okay. All right.
This was the boys' room. This was Lloyd's room. And I forgot to mention the picture of Lloyd down in the parlor, but you can see it later. This is some of his handiwork when he was going to Winchester School.
Oh, that's really cool.
Winchester School has been teaching school at the same location since 1890.
And they're still in
Continuously.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is the only piece of the floor that is not original. Somebody, while the house was unoccupied, decided that he was going to start a fire in the house.
Why,
Oh, wow. Okay.
why is there such an attraction to wanting to damage this place? It seems like there, I mean, is
Well,
there...
there are people that feel that if it's haunted, it's a bad thing. That, you know, we want to destroy it because it's got spirits in it, etc.
It's so preposterous.
And it is.
It's unfortunate.
Could have been just a good old
The
American
cradle
meth cook.
behind this gentleman,
You could have been, right?
the cradle behind you has been known to rock by itself.
Oh, that one right behind you, AC.
Oh,
That thing rocks by
I'm
itself.
noticing the ship is moving a little bit too.
Which
have
one?
to set some cat balls on there.
Oh, well, if we walk though, it moves.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
this house kind of. Yeah, don't worry. It's not non-paranormal.
Yeah.
How's the...
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that-
This house is pretty sturdy.
I'm not bouncing on that.
I will debate that one. This is Jesse's room. Yes, Jesse, I know you're with me.
Oh, some old wallpaper.
This is Jesse's bed. It can be 105 degrees, and when I start talking about Jesse, there's a chill that goes up my spine and sits at the base of my neck. Jesse, you're gonna steal my chair? No.
Vandal number 85.
People have left gifts for her. We do not throw them away. We do not know why we have a hole in the wall, but it's perfectly framed in. My only inclination is when they went to bed at night, they closed the doors. And so how do you check on the kids? You don't want to open the door because it'll creak.
It's just big
Also,
enough for AC.
Perhaps in case
Now, you wanted to know stories that are kind of interesting about Jessie. Jessie dies in 1899 after having her appendix out in Los Angeles while she's going to normal school. Now, we don't know whether she's being a nurse or a teacher because both of them are feasible. Normal school is called UCLA today. So she passes away. The story goes the family closed the door on this, never to open it up again. In 2010, I had a slight twinge in the side of my body. My family said, you need to go to the hospital and have it checked out. They said, we're sending you home. But wait a minute, here's one more test. It says, you're going nowhere. You're going upstairs. The surgeon calls me, says, if you hadn't eaten, I'd be there taking your appendix out. When they went in to take it out, my body had encapsulated it, covered it up to protect me. When they pulled it out, it was full of gangrene.
Oh my God.
They said another 24 hours, you might have been dead.
Wow.
Basically, this room can be active, and like I told you before, when the people that used to run our paranormal tour says that she's adopted me as a father figure, and people have literally seen her standing behind me. So, now there is another one that I will tell you, and that is the Owen Graham story. Owen Graham was a pilot in World War II. He was stationed in the Philippines when General MacArthur left. He survived the Bataan Death March to be put on a hell ship. Literally, they crammed all these prisoners into a hold and were shipping them back to Japan and Korea to be slave labor. One of our own submarines found that ship and sank it. There were 5 survivors. He was not one of them. There is a 10-year-old boy on the premises. By the way, we had up to 12 spirits on the property. But there's a 10-year-old boy that supposedly drowned in the reservoir. We have no proof of it. We cannot find any article where a 10-year-old boy, the little 10-year-old boy's name is Owen. My thought is Owen Graham came back as a 10-year-old boy. That was when he was the happiest living in the community. He went to Winchester School, he lived out on Simpson, and so I think he came back as the 10-year-old boy.
What was I saying about the Kellogg house? Remember, I was talking about it today. So we had another investigation, and they said, well, there's a little boy who's haunting the house. We think his name is Nicholas. We think he came in with something that was donated. And during our investigation, we're on the spirit box, and clearly several times it says Leonard Franklin. Well, Leonard Franklin was one of the kids out of the 4 children that lived in the house, but he didn't die as a boy. He died much later in life, older, obviously not in the house. But his name on the spirit box came up like 4 times, and I'm like, there's no way this name is going to come up this first and middle over and over again like that. And he's like, he must have come, he's back, because we kept asking who's the boy, and he kept saying Leonard Franklin. So I think that theory could be 100% correct, because we literally just experienced this, and I got it on camera, which is amazing.
You might get a lot of talk back from Uncle Jacob, or Uncle Jake, depending on what you want to do. He supposedly killed somebody that was doing something to his wife, girlfriend, and he admitted that he killed somebody. Like I said, he's not the best person in the world, and he may give you some hard time, but that's been done also. The other one is, I'm not in favor of them, but I had a Ouija board in here one time. That can bring you all kinds of things.
It's a big no-no in the paranormal where we don't mess with those.
Well, but in this case, it turned out that it was very informative. They asked them how they felt about what we were doing with the house. And they said, we love what he's doing with the house, except for the vandalism.
Yeah.
Well, one thing you said to me outside while we were alone, it was just you and me, you gave me a warning. You said, make sure you do not challenge them. They do not like that.
Yeah.
Could you tell me a little bit more about that before we proceed?
Well, like I said, the 2 young ladies came in, sat down at the table, and said, how's it feel to have 2 strong women in your house?
Oh.
And John said, no, you're not going to do that. I'm coming up through the table and telling you to get out. And they skedaddled quickly.
I would love to be there.
Yeah. You said you have a dozen spirits. So who are the main ghostly inhibited people that we should try to talk to or sort out some of these problems so you guys don't have them for the future?
So Uncle Jacob
Yeah, there we go.
from the first room.
Yeah.
So he's a bit a handful, you'd say?
Yeah, he can be.
Okay, and that was the backpack example you gave us.
Well, the backpack was done downstairs in the parlor.
Okay.
We moved it upstairs. Nothing
Oh,
has happened
gotcha.
with it since.
So that was when it was downstairs.
Okay, but that's his room over here, right?
That's his. This is Uncle Jacob. This is Jesse's.
Jesse's.
That is Lloyd and Clarence's room, the boys' room.
Okay.
And that was Tilla's room.
Okay.
Now, Tilla stayed in that room until her parents died, and then she moved downstairs into the master bedroom. Tilla dies in 1967 at the age of 96.
Wow. And she died in the house.
As far as I know, yes.
Okay.
But can you imagine what she saw in those 96
years here.
Wow.
Wow.
She came by covered wagon, and she saw the jet age and computer age.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Action.
All right, everybody. Well, it's that time, and I'd say let's go lights out, but there's no lights in this very, very old house. So let's not try to trip and die and become more ghostly inhibited, right? Yep.
Not here.
Not here.
So apparently music, like in many places, has left an indelible impression on this house, and the current owner says that this pump organ specifically has been known to bring it alive. I've been asked to demonstrate this instrument, but I will tell you, it is definitely antiquated. If you look beneath here, you actually operate it by alternating your feet and pumping air through that's going to create the sound, so it's much different from a normal piano. However, we're gonna see how this affects the environment around us, and we'll see if I can even do this. Lauren, what did he say specifically, song-wise, the house responded to?
That when you play Amazing Grace in this house and the house lights up.
Okay, well, let's see. Wow.
There was an SLS figure standing right here. So light on the K2 was moving to what the SLS figure when he was playing.
We just jumped from 70 degrees to 81
Oh,
degrees
shoot,
too.
the
It
cat
just
ball's
went
going off.
there.
Oh,
You said there was a temperature change?
Yeah, there's a big temperature, 11 degrees.
okay, so we
12
need...
degrees.
It's so eerie, the contrast of when the music stops and the utter silence in the house. It's like this house absorbs sound and creates silence.
It's right next to you.
Yeah, it's standing right behind you, Josh, right now.
Right here.
Actually, Steven just blocked him out. There was a figure
It
standing
seems to
right
respond
behind
to
him.
religious music, so...
He was standing looking over your shoulder. You could see the head.
You
can-
they were missionaries.
You can go back and stand there. That's okay. Can you watch Josh again?
Let's try the old rugged cross. How about that?
Okay, wait. So he was standing behind Josh. It was like a doubled up, and he was fully looking over. Oh, God. Yeah. He came in our thermal. Hello? Anybody there?
It's almost orange over here. Can you do that for me again? Will you wave your hand over it? Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Can you do it again? I know you're enjoying the music.
Hello? I felt like there was something in the kitchen.
Amen. Well, thank you.
Oh shit.
You guys, it's all the way to orange.
Yeah.
It's staying
As
there.
soon as we walked away, we were.
It's staying there.
Oh, it
It's
is?
staying there. It's
Yeah.
it's not stopping, and now it's gone.
No.
Here's
Our cameraman noticed that when he got close to the K2, it would stop every time, like something was running away from him.
Hello?
Too many women around the table, huh?
Hello?
Are you the one that was listening to us play the organ?
I am.
How did you feel about that? Do you play the organ? Huh.
What's your name? Hang on, I'm gonna try to pop this up a little bit louder. I just don't want to blow this. Are you there?
Is it okay that we're here?
Are you there? Who's shaking the table? Who's shaking the table?
I think I kind of put my elbow on it. That's about it.
Oh, Lauren had her hand on it.
Lauren next was like this. Like that.
Were you shaking your leg?
No.
Everybody just knows.
Hello? Hello? Are you there? Why is this? This should be way more clear.
I'm saying there's way too many women in this house for there to be no dinner on the table and the house to be this dirty.
I put an extra filter on it. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come into my sweep.
Typical woman with the extra filters.
Hello?
What was the guy's name? John?
Jacob.
Jacob. Jacob. Oh, it was Uncle Jacob
Who?
upstairs, but the gentleman that was very...
Greg? Oh, no, Jacob. Jacob's the one that jumped up to the
Was it?
table.
That's who it
And
was.
Who are we speaking with? So there's Jacob in this house? And Tilla?
there she was.
Is that you? I heard a female answer. Have you never used one of these before? Do you think you can repeat my name? Then there's Josh that's here. He was playing the piano. Did you like that?
Organ.
Thank you.
Just say Jacob. Did you hear that, Jacob? Did you say Jacob? Because we'd love to talk to Jacob or Tilla. Because we're in your house right now. Did you die here? Did you just say Tiffany?
Yeah.
So what other members of the family are here with us?
Okay.
Not dead? Which one? Okay, so I heard Jacob again. Okay, I heard Jacob again. Who else? I heard Tilla. Who's the little boy that's here? Why am I asking? Did you say Owen?
I'm getting a sense of profound irritation. It passed. It's not here anymore for a minute. It was almost overwhelming, like the urge to just tell everybody to shut up. But it's calm now. that's gone now.
Yeah, it's gotten much cooler in here.
Yeah, it's getting warmer over here. So
It's
you must
cold.
be
It's cold over here. I'm actually getting cold.
Yeah, my back's getting cold.
Are you here right now, sir?
Holy shit.
Is there anything you'd like to say to us? Yeah. Okay. They want the lights off. Okay. You'll be here?
Deleted?
No, we just need to be more patient.
Yeah. Sometimes they don't come
Like
in through as fast.
Sometimes these investigations go on 10 hours, you know?
You just said you're stressing out.
No, I'm not stressing out.
Sound like he said stressing out. Guys, so how many non-living do we have here with us? Ten? Do you know how many investigators are in here right now? Are you on SLS AC?
Yep.
Okay. Was he in the other room behind me?
Yeah, well, they were both. One was behind Josh, one was behind you, and now they're over here, right there on this chair.
At this point in our investigation, we decided to go lights out with only night vision to see if the activity would change.
Who's that? Who? Is it the child? No? You don't know?
There's another cat ball over here on the other side of the table if you want to light that one up too.
The fact that there's two of these balls on the table and only one of them's going off. Yes, the light. That's exactly what we're talking about. Yeah, do you guys like it?
Something's moving in here. Something's making a sound. Something's in here.
Is that you making that light go off over and over again? It's going again. So, I heard Jacob was here. Is Tilla here? Is Jesse here? Is Jesse still here? Jesse? Yes. Are you here, Jesse? We saw your room upstairs.
Are you alive, Jesse?
Jesse, do you just want to talk to the guys?
But no. No, are you okay talking with the women? Are you here? Because that was definitely because John, we have a few very strong females here, but we're not coming in with disrespect. We're coming in just to say hello and learn about the house.
They just want to share your story.
Is that okay? Mr. Patterson? Are you there? How many non-living are in the house with us right now?
They all think they're living.
Dead? I heard that, yes. So how many are dead?
A dozen.
Greg did say there were 12 non-living.
Oh, okay, he did, you're right. Are there 12 non-living? Are there 12?
Just walking around with the night vision camera, I just felt like something's just like around the corner, just like kind of looking at me. But just using the night vision camera in general, I just felt like pretty cool, I guess, just like being able to see what I cannot see with my own eyes just like kind of blew me away. And
What about who's the caretaker now that lives in this front room?
Do you roam around the whole property or do you just choose to stay in the house?
Said leave.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and wrap this session down here. Pause it? Yes, we're gonna pause it.